back after a 1 month and change, something like that, hiatus. Welcome back to the vlog. Your boy needed a little bit off for the new year to myself, just to kind of recoup, rebalance out in life, and just enjoy some time to myself. And I think that everybody should be doing that, taking some time to yourself, just enjoying your lives. Now we are back to the vlogs, the vlogs. Cha-Cha wants to say hi. Schnauzer love, some Schnauzer love. Today's vlog, we are getting into one of my favorite topics, which are shearlings. I think that a shearling is a classic essential piece that you should have in your wardrobe. Since I actually just did a recent shearling pickup that I have had on my grail list for quite some time, I figured why not do this now. We are still kind of in that fall season, even though the weather is kind of like back and forth, especially in New York. If you are from New York, you guys know what I'm talking about, when the weather kind of drops down in the 20s and 30s and then shoots up the next day in the 50s. You already know what that bipolar weather is like. Definitely one of those essential classic pieces that you need in your wardrobe. I think that it can elevate an outfit to the next level, whether you want to dress a little bit more casually underneath and just add it as that extra cherry on top shell, just for that effortless chic look. I think that it's one of the best. The beauty of shearlings is that you can thrift them and find them secondhand. They are pieces that last a lifetime. I have shearlings that I've had since I was younger, which we're gonna get into, and I have newer brand designer ones that will have their lifetime with me and then be passed on to the next generation. So if you are new, welcome. My name is Ariel. I do men's fashion lifestyle content. If you are new here, you guys can crush the subscribe button right down below. I'd appreciate that. It helps me get my videos bumping on the algorithm and just getting it around to more people who enjoy this content like me and you. Also follow me on Instagram at Ariel.Rosado29 for daily fit pics, reels, and also on TikTok at Ariel Rosado29. I do special content on each platform. It takes me time, so I'd appreciate it if you guys went and checked it out. Hit the like button, drop me some comments again over there. Just show your boy some love. I'd appreciate it. So today we're gonna get into my shearlings and why I think that you guys should add them to your wardrobe. If you spend $20 on it, if you spend $2,000 on it, if you spend $10,000 on it, if it makes you feel good, why not? But we're gonna get into them at all different types of budgets and fits and styles. I did, if you follow me on Instagram, do a big pickup recently. I will save that one for the end of the vlog. I know if you guys have seen it already, you guys know what it is. We're gonna get into the details of it, styling it, because I've been living in it this past winter. But we're gonna jump into some of my first shearlings that I've gotten as gifts that were thrifted and why they are just amazing pieces as long as you pick a good quality one. So let's jump into the first one. Oh, and before I jump into my closet, my fit today, I am just wearing an oversized thrifted Gildan tank top. This is like a 2XL. Wanted one very oversized and I found this one in the thrift store for $1. But we will get into a separate vlog for all my recent thrifting pickups because I found a ton of heat and for like steal prices. So I did a small TikTok on some of them, but I will be doing a full vlog where I can show you guys all of my recent thrift pickups and just all the crazy steals that I got. So stay tuned for that. This shearling, if you guys can see, I'm hoping you guys can see it. This is one of my first shearlings that I ever received. My mom actually purchased this for me when I was in, I think like 7th or 8th grade. Again, just getting on that topic of why shearlings are such an investment piece. This was a secondhand shearling that my mom found in the thrift store. A vintage Grigio Perla. This one's a short-haired shearling. So short-haired kind of means, or sheared, means that the shearling, don't bite my shearling, Shy. No, it's not a toy. This dog's crazy. Short-haired or sheared shearling means that, for lack of better terms, it's a short shearling. They shaved it down, finer, softer. Some people find that this is like the softest shearling that they come. I have had this since I was in 7th or 8th grade, to continue to stress on that. When I got it, it was pretty much in like mint condition. Just over the years, it's kind of gotten its own patina. It was and has been for the majority of my life that I've had it, this chocolate brown. But in certain spots, you'll see like it get its patina, and it'll, you know, from age and from normal natural wear, it will get its stripes. Kind of like raw denim. For all the fellas who wear raw denim, the more you wear it, it gets its own characteristics. But I have had this for definitely over 10 years, and this thing has still held up amazing, held me down throughout every winter. It's reversible, which is another thing. So I have done fits. A lot of you guys, when I reverse it, always ask me what coat this is. Just because on this side, it's a completely different look, different vibe. Kind of has like a male version of the Max Mara coat that a lot of women tend to go for, like that very like teddy bear looking shearling. If you want to invest in a really long-lasting, long-term coat that will last you for forever, you could even get it vintage. It's great to just source a really good quality vintage shearling, because this one has not left my closet since I was in 8th grade. I don't really remember how old I was, but I'm 30, I'm gonna be 32 in October, so you do the math. They will last an extremely, extremely long time. So this is my next thrifted shearling. This one has no brand in it. When I found this one, I was incredibly shocked. I was on my way out of L Train Vintage. I might have found like one piece, but it was like nothing serious. And literally on my way out, I spotted this thing on the rack. I was shocked just because it is oversized, and with a shearling, like a lot of the times I do like them to be quite fitted, but I always wanted like a slightly oversized shearling for like a cozier look. When I was just like, wow, like it has so much fur, and I've never seen one in like this type of style or this cut, almost like a shawl collar, the way that the fur rolls out. The details of this one, like it has top pockets. You could slide your hands into these pockets towards the bottom, and then also it has this really cool little zipper right here. I like to toss my wallet in this when I'm on the go. Incredibly shocked that it was only priced at 20 bucks. I don't know if that was a mistake. I haven't seen any more shearlings at L Train Vintage. It's been a while, but at that time I think that they were pricing them pretty cheap for what shearlings are. But shout outs to L Train Vintage. I think that they are one of the best thrifting spots to find really amazing finds, vintage finds. So if you guys haven't checked them out in Brooklyn, definitely go check out all their locations, especially Urban Jungle. 20 bucks, this was the steal again. For something of this quality and of this size, you're never gonna find for 20 bucks. Not in this condition at all either. Like even if you source on eBay, you'll never find it. Pretty much impossible. So I think that I found like the ultimate steal with this one. Chocolate fur. So put it up like this so you guys can see it. Now this one, the shearling on this is a little bit more coarse and a little bit more of a rougher shearling. Extremely warm. I love this. It is soft, but it is a little bit coarser than the one that I showed you before, which is a more sheared shearling, which is on the softer side. The color, the fit, just the coziness of it. When it's extremely cold outside, I just want to throw on a big hoodie and this like a sheepskin blanket because of how big, and it's just cozy. Like this is the ultimate cozy shearling, but to be like 90s or even maybe like late 80s from the fit and from just like the hardware and everything on it. It has to be from like an era of that. On this one, I don't believe is reversible. I have done it reverse just because I kind of wanted to see what it looked like. When I reversed it, it kind of gave me Rick Owens Larry shearling vibes, which is a shearling that I really, really want. It's one of my grail shearlings next to the one that I will end this video with. I love this. I love the story behind it from how I found it. And I love the price point that I got it at. And this will be one of those pieces that I just keep, again, in my wardrobe, in my collection for a lifetime plus, because it's only going to get better with age. These are pieces that you invest in and they're just going to last you for forever. If you can thrift a shearling and find one in a style and in a cut that is desirable and kind of fits your aesthetic and your look, definitely do that. There's tons of different cuts and fits, vintage military ones that you can find for cost-effective prices. Again, they don't have to be designer. One of my favorite brands, as you all know, Balmain. I always wanted one of those Balmain, the iconic Balmain shearlings that the Carnin did for the original first campaigns for Balmain Homme. Problem with a lot of those shearlings and just those pieces in general were that they were cut super, super slim and very, very small. Finding my size in them, which would probably be like a 54 or even a 56, because of how slim and tapered everything was cut is pretty near damn impossible for me to find. Olivier Rousteing was Christophe de Carnin's predecessor, as a lot of you guys do know, and a lot of those early collections kind of reflected what de Carnin laid down at Balmain for like the blueprint, the original blueprint, the biker style, for lack of better terms. Olivier actually started doing things in more of a still fitted style, but it was a little bit more friendly with sizing, we should say. So I ended up getting one of Olivier's earlier season Balmain shearlings that I absolutely loved. This was the closest one to one of those earlier campaign Balmain de Carnin eras. Like if you guys were hunting for a style like this, you guys could go and source like a vintage Schott sheepskin bomber, or pretty much vintage military sheepskin bomber jackets, bombardier jackets like that. But I did want to get a Balmain own one, and this was the one that I ended up deciding on. Paneling as far as the leather, so it uses calf on the shoulder and kind of comes down the sleeve, and then it's gonna have that soft reverse side of the shearling on the bottom half of the arm. The shearling on this one is gonna be a little bit more, again, like closer to my vintage that I just showed previously. It's a little bit more of a coarse, rougher shearling, but I love this color brown. I think this pairs up perfectly with everything throughout the whole body of the jacket. So honestly, like I've done this when it's super cold with just a t-shirt on. Zip this up and you're good to go. And again, this is something that's gonna last me for forever. It's never gonna go out of style, and it's also just pretty much invincible as long as you take care of it. So this would be a designer shearling, just gonna have better hardware. Again, a good shearling is a good shearling, whether you source it vintage or whether you get a designer brand one. You guys have seen me wear this multiple times throughout the vlogs, throughout the years. A classic piece that can grow in your wardrobe and has grown inside of mine. It's really up to personal preference how you like your jackets to fit. Just as a rule of thumb, shearling does stretch the same way leather does, and in my opinion, it stretches a bit faster. It is sheepskin and it is a softer leather. You want to kind of get it true to size, unless you do want it to be oversized and pretty robust, like the vintage one that I showed you, but they will stretch out a lot, especially in the shoulders and especially in the chest as you wear it naturally. So it is suggested a lot of the times to kind of get it fitted, because it will break in and mold to your body over time, which is kind of the ideal fit that you would want with it. But it is, again, all personal preference. If you want it more oversized, size up and do what feels right. But even for these, I kind of wanted it to hit my shoulders perfect. I wanted it to fit almost as close to my body as my biker jackets fit, and kind of stick to that classic Balmain fit. Some of the details on this one, the heavy Lampo zips that Balmain always uses. It did have two leather belt straps, but I lost one when I was out, but it looks cool just with one. The belts on the side with heavy metal, little hints of the leather detailing throughout the sheepskin on the back. Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. So I have wanted this thing since fall winter 19 collection, which was Eddie's first collection for Celine. Once I saw it come down the runway when I was watching the premiere online, I was just in awe. I originally really wanted his Saint Laurent one, and I was lucky enough to own one iteration of it in the corduroy, but it wasn't quite this one. This is the fall winter 19 Canadian, as they call it, shearling coat by Celine by Eddie Slimane. I'm gonna put it right there so you guys can see it. This thing is a beast, to say the least. This is the heaviest shearling that I own, the most premium fluffy shearling, as you guys can see. How plush and just fluffy this thing is. It literally looks like one big sheep, or like a fluffy teddy bear. I have been wearing this nonstop since I purchased it, and I have been just giving it so much love and wearing it pretty much like Celine's rendition and Eddie's rendition of the classic Marlboro Man. So that's like that classic Western style that was like really popular, I guess, in like the 70s or the 80s. It's just an iconic classic piece. And I always wanted one of those shearlings in this tobacco colorway, but I always told myself that if I was gonna get one, I wanted to really get one of these. I either was gonna get the Saint Laurent one under Eddie, or I was gonna get the Celine one. And I was lucky and fortunate enough to get this. I did want a classic slim fit on this, and again, as I was stating before, these things do break in, they mold to your body over years of wear. A lot of these Celine pieces have been cut pretty oversized, pretty big, so I ended up going down a few sizes in this to get the desired fit that I wanted. I wanted it very slim to my body. Again, it is already an oversized big piece. I ended up taking this one in a size 46. I am typically a size large, which in I guess like the very slim fitting Celine pieces could range anywhere from 52 to 54. But again, this thing runs huge, and on the on body you guys will see how it fits me, how big it runs. And I wanted it to be classic fit, tapered in the sleeves. I didn't want it to be very, very oversized and very robust. It's already, again, a large shearling. It's a thick shearling, and I wanted it to fit me exactly how it fit the model on the runway. But this whole thing is fully the fluffiest shearling you can get, the most premium shearling you can get on the market, and this is my Grail shearling. So just a couple of details of it. It has these Celine engraved horn buttons throughout, so a double-breasted, so you'll have them there. It has little pockets here that, again, kind of like my vintage one, you could slide your hands into these pockets, or you can slide your hands into the bigger pockets, or just put like your wallet or keys or whatever you're traveling with that day into the bigger ones. And you could also kind of like tuck the pocket flap in if you just want to have them open and easy to kind of put your hands in. This beautiful collar that you can pop up, and you guys again will see it when I have it on, how plushy and soft and warm and beautiful this thing is. I love it. Clearly you guys know that I can't stop smiling and cheesing at how much I love this coat. One of the heavier hitters in the Celine realm, so if you know, you know. With the premium quality of this shearling, it is worth that price. I do think that you can find yourself beautiful vintage pieces, but I do think that this is just in its own lane, it's in its own realm, and it's its own special piece. I really do love this, and this is my Grail shearling. If I could add that Rick Owens and find it in my size, I will. The Larry collection one, this is just again a classic piece that's gonna live in my closet for forever, and it's just something that will grow with me over time, and it will get patinaed and get its own characteristics based on how I wear it, and just tell the story of me traveling with it. But I love this. Let me know what you guys think about this one, just because it is like literally the Grail shearling in my opinion for collectors and just people who love premium classics. I think that this is like top of the top. This thing is crazy warm. Like it was like one of those days a couple weeks ago, it was like 15 degrees. I was wearing this with a hoodie and my Rick Owens beanie, and I was toasty. Like you couldn't tell me anything. I was super warm, and I think that when people see it in person, like just the color, like a yellowy, like tobacco, it's fluffy, like you just don't really see anything quite like this. People really like are in awe when they see it coming down the street. I love it so much, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection now. So I think that is going to wrap this vlog up. Let me know what you guys think about shearlings. Again, I think that they are a great investment piece in your wardrobe and a great staple piece that you should have, whether it is a vintage piece or if it's a current branded luxury house shearling. I think that they're all great. I think that you should buy what you feel is perfect for your aesthetic and for your look, and what you feel comfortable with spending. Whether it is a vintage one or a current season one, it's gonna do the same trick. Just pick what you like the most. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. But this was the one for this year. I love it. Again, let me know what you guys think. Drop me some comments below letting me know your thoughts on all of them. Let me know what is your favorite like style or cut of shearling. Can you see yourself investing in one now going forward? Drop me a comments below and let's get to talking. If you guys don't already follow me, definitely hit the subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it so much. I'd also appreciate it if you follow me on Instagram at ariel.rosado29 again, and also on TikTok, arielrosado29. Appreciate it if you could follow me over there. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next vlog. Later. Chai, you good? You cozy? All right, we're gonna sign out right here. Vlog over.